Gonna start with the classic American favorite, a little hamburger or cheeseburger. And I'll never forget when I did this with my friend Julia Child. Do you remember that show, Doc?
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. Basically, what we have is some chuck and chuck meat. And you can see it's pretty lean. So I want to say this is going to be about 90-10, meaning about 90% lean to 10% fat. You got to have some fat in it for a good burger. So what we're going to do is we took some bacon and we've sort of rendered that out a little bit. And now to the bacon, what we're going to do is we're going to add some onions, fine chopped onions. Well, you got to add the onions after the bacon gets crisp, or the bacon won't get crisp because of the water in the onions. So you want to just kind of, get that, just something about the great smell of bacon and onions. A little thyme and a little shaved fresh garlic. Oh, yeah. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're supposed to let this cool a little bit. Oh, it's ice cold right now, so. Now here's the thing, folks. We're gonna, for me, what we're gonna do is we're going to mix our chuck with the onions and the garlic. And we're gonna have a little Worcestershire sauce. Oh yeah, don't be shy. A little Worcestershire, a little salt, some fresh ground pepper. Now, the great thing is that you should let this marinate for at least an hour. Longer if you have it. And all of those flavors begin to just get happy and... See, look. Look how happy this chuck is. Have you seen Chuck as happy as that? No. No way. Happy Chuck. So now what we're going to do, I don't know if you all have one of these sort of meat grinder attachments, but it's really a great thing to sort of ground your own meat for stews, for burgers, and it's you see, it's not that difficult. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin our chuck. Oh yes. Now you can grind it as fine as you want, or sometimes what you'll do is you'll grind it twice. And every now and then you're going to have to get the old stuffer, stuffing it down there. If you're like me, a lot of times you sort of lose the stuffer pot. You know, it's in the old kids pile. You know, just use a little stick. Little drumstick always works great around here.
Excellent.
All right, so look, we're going to grind this chuck with the garlic and the onions and the Worcestershire sauce. We're going to shape them into 4 burgers. Maybe more, but I think 4 is a good start. Oh, yeah, welcome back, babe. It's all about our favorites tonight. I'm going to show you how to make a really dynamite ketchup. You want to get those patties shaped. You really should put them back in the refrigerator. Let them get really good and cold. Okay, that's really, really important. I've even seen some folks, too. They'll take like a little pat of butter, stick a little pat of butter inside the middle of that. Oh, yeah, shh, they'll all be doing it. So, now we want to season this a little bit, a little salt and pepper. And just a tiny, tiny bit of oil. And the problem is, a lot of times with the hamburgers, they got the heat on too high. So it's like, you know, they get them on there. That's why they have like a knob. If you're just figuring that out, we're on about medium-high heat. You want them slowly cook. You don't want to, you know, you get the heat so high, they like catch on flames. And don't forget, we got a little bit of that bacon in there, too. Oh, yeah. Somebody was asking me about, on the commercial break, about chuck, as opposed to, like, sirloin. So, chuck's fine. It's about half the price, too. Especially if you're going to flavor it and grind it yourself like that. Now, let's go back to this ketchup here while the burgers are on. In a little sauce pot here, we are going to, all right, so what we're going to do is we're going to add some onion first to this ketchup. Garlic. Yeah. Fresh ginger. That's mace. The spice mace. A little orange, and that's a little mustard. Dry mustard. Now, we're going to let that cook out a minute. Now we're going to start making the ketchup. So what we're going to do is this. Tomato product. Brown sugar. Apple cider vinegar. Red wine vinegar. You got to have a little acidity with the sweet. And then a little, you know what, a little orange juice. So you kind of get this orange flavor. You got the heat of the peppers, the tomato product. Now, let's let that come up and tell you about some fries, the American classic, right? First of all, when you cut them, you should store them in cold water, really ice water. Then obviously you're not going to put water with the oil. So what you got to do is you got to sort of take them out of the water. You can spin them, or basically what I do is just pat them dry like this. Very important. Now, here's the thing. See, it isn't me, right? It's like a bird in there or something he's got. Did you hear that, Roxy? You heard it, Roxy? So it's not just me. I mean, I thought I was losing my mind there for a minute. The camera's talking to me. All right, so pat them dry, and then the perfect French fry, what you got to do is you got to blanch them. Everybody thinks that what you do is you just throw them in the oil now until they get done. All right, so we're going to blanch the fries, and now we're going to turn over the burgers here in a second. Chock full of flavor tonight. Now, 45 minutes, that habanero ketchup. Let it cool a bit. And then if you want it chunky, great. If not, and you want it like regular consistency of ketchup, then you just put it in a food processor like this. And we'll puree it. Now, burgers are looking good. See, we blanched the fries, okay? So they're really cooked through. Okay, they're fork tender right now, but they just don't have any color. So now what we're going to do is now we go in to finish them. So we're going to add those fries in there now. Now, if you're doing this on a stove at home, you want to make sure that the oil is only about 60% in the pot. Because when you add something in the oil, it's going to expand. You'll be decorating your house before long. All right, now we got ketchup. Got some seeded buns. Let's just build the first one here. I talking earlier about Julia Child. Had her on, we did some burgers together. Got educated the whole night. Raw onion or cooked onion, totally up to you. We'll just put a little heat on them. And little cheese. Let's start with this guy here. Oh, yeah. The classics. Now, little tomato. Problem is, they don't season it. So you got to season a tomato. Lettuce. Iceberg. What's wrong with iceberg? Nothing's wrong with iceberg lettuce. It's not fashionable anymore. It is for me. So, now while we're waiting on that, I like the consistency of this ketchup. So now we'll just pour it right in here. Oh, yeah, babe. Oh, that's good. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's working for me. That sweetness, a little tart of the vinegar, then that habanero right at the end, just kind of finding its way through. All right, so now, we had this whole discussion. You remember with Julia, what goes first? Is it the meat? God bless her. So we're going with the burger, right like that. Then for me, ketchup. Oh, yeah, babe. Homemade at that, right? So now we're going to go with one tomato, little onion. Doc, you kind of like your onion kind of grilled, or?
Yeah, I like it grilled. Looks
So
good.
we got the lettuce like that.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. See, now we got the color for the fries. You don't want to get them too dark. And remember, you're frying these perfect French fries. Remember this also. You always want to season them as soon as they come out. Oh, look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. So you want to season them now. And then for me, mayonnaise. Oh, yeah, babe. Oh, yeah. Then you got to have some homemade ketchup like this right on the side to dip those fries in as well.